The weird punchline is that a lighthouse is really four inventions stacked on top of each other: fire, height, optics, engineering. By the end, you've got towers that can outlive empires. But it starts with something much simpler: a fire that only works if the weather feels cooperative. Around 280 BC, Alexandria goes from a simple shoreline flame to a lighthouse built for the job. Under Ptolemy II, workers raise a giant stone tower and lift the fire high above the harbor. Ancient estimates put it past 100 meters, absurdly tall for the ancient world. That height matters. Instead of a fire on a bare hill, ships now spot the light much farther out at sea. Now the Romans turned the lighthouse into a system. At Ostia, the port of Rome, a multi-story tower rises by the harbor, borrowing the look of Alexandria but built for daily traffic. Pliny's world treats these towers as working parts of a port, alongside quays and warehouses. And because Rome copies what works, coins and mosaics start showing the same lighthouse shape popping up from port to port. By around AD 100, Rome plants a lighthouse on the stormy Atlantic edge at Corunna. The Tower of Hercules sits on a 57-meter rock, then climbs roughly 55 meters more into the wind. About 34 meters of Roman masonry still survive inside, and that matters. This is lighthouse building, proving it can leave the Mediterranean, face Atlantic weather, and keep working for ships nearly 2,000 years later. Then came a wild leap. In 1698, Henry Winstanley planted a lighthouse on the Eddystone Reef, out in open water, not hiding by a harbor mouth. It was a wooden tower bolted to bare rock with 12 iron stanchions, basically a bet against the English Channel. The Channel answered in 1703 and smashed it apart. But the big idea survived. A warning tower could stand offshore, in the sea itself. Then John Smeaton rebuilt the Eddystone from the logic of nature and engineering. He shaped the tower like an oak trunk, broad at the base, slimmer above, so waves would break around it, not pry it loose. Inside, the stones locked together like a system, each block gripping the next, and between them, hydraulic lime mortar, able to set in damp sea air. This wasn't just a tougher lighthouse. It was the first truly engineered one. Then Aimé Argand showed up with a better flame. His lamp used a circular wick and fed air through the middle and around it, so the fire burned brighter, steadier, and almost smokeless. Next to the old mess of coal, wood, candles, and crude oil, it looked civilized. Lighthouse keepers loved it because it wasted less fuel and threw more useful light. This smarter burner stayed the standard for more than a century. Now the test moves offshore, on a Scottish reef called Bell Rock. Engineers plant a stone tower where the sea covers the ground for much of every tide. It opens in 1811, about 35 meters tall, locked together from roughly 2,500 granite blocks. And it lasts. Bell Rock becomes the oldest surviving sea-washed lighthouse on Earth, the moment offshore stone towers stop looking reckless and start looking proven. Then optics changes everything. In 1823, Augustin Fresnel's dioptric lens enters lighthouse service, famously at Cordouan. Instead of spilling light in every direction, stacked glass rings grab it and throw it into a hard, bright beam. Older parabolic reflectors used maybe 20% of a lamp. Fresnel lenses could focus about 85%. Same flame, same fuel, suddenly seen far farther offshore. At Bailey Lighthouse, John Richardson Wigham drops in an improved composite gas burner, and the beam turns savage. Contemporary scientists rave that it shines 13 times stronger than the brightest light they knew. Gas also gives keepers more control than old oil setups in the right towers. Now the light can be engineered to pulse on schedule, sending crisp flashes instead of just one constant blaze. Then Gustave Delaine hands the lighthouse a simple brain. His sun valve watches daylight with black and polished metal rods. In bright sun, the gas shuts off. At dusk, it opens again. No keeper climbing stairs, no fuel burning all afternoon. Remote towers and lonely buoys can now run unattended for months, sometimes a full year. The lighthouse has become an automatic machine deciding when to shine. So the lighthouse didn't arrive all at once. It got built piece by piece, from open flame to engineered beam, from hilltop warning to towers tough enough to fight the sea for centuries.